okay? I'm not gonna deafen you all.
No.
Probably not.
Cool. Hello, my name is Kate. I play Cora in Chaotic Neutral Games.
Yeah,
for
there you go.
Benefactor.
That's better.
Hello, I'm Corinne. I play Clips from Sweden. I play Clips. Can you not hear what I'm saying?
Simon, can you not hear Corin? Because I can.
hear her.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I can hear you, Corinne.
Oh
Did
boy.
Simon
The
accidentally
Great
mute
British
everyone?
Warm Weather thing, including the internet.
That's factually a lie.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Benefactor on Chaotic Neutral Games. This is our D&D 5th edition campaign and I'm here today with Glory, Aiden, Eclipse, Farewell and Cora, also known as Felicia, Rodrigo, Corinne, Nick and Kate. They're all muted at the moment and as you can see some of us haven't got our pictures up and that's because the internet currently is terrible. We are having big troubles trying to have both video and audio. So thank you for bearing with us. We will, however, have all of our other graphics up. First of all, a big bit of love that we can send out to people. We have some amazing artists that have been contributing recently to Illyria, our world, and we're going to show off some of them now. First of all, I'm going to give a shout out to Geeky Clean. You can see below the Dungeon Master picture, which is currently Renata Green, one of the main NPCs of this adventure, that you can get 10% off by using the code chaotic, that's all lowercase, chaotic, at checkout if you go to www.geekyclean.com. They've recently put a lot of new goodies up on the website. I'm not going to go through them all, although I'm hoping to do an unboxing soon of some of the goodies that you can get from there. One thing I would like to show off is this lovely bath bomb. So it's a cloud. You can't quite see it there, but because it's in the middle of dissolving. But one of the things I love about it is they've actually put a load of colours in it. So they put a rainbow of colours, and they've made it so that you can you put it in the bath, and the colours dissolve before the rest of it do. So it basically pulls this rainbow out of the bottom of the cloud, which is a fantastic idea. And well done to the guys there. As I say, you'll get some more of that, as I say, when I get around to an unboxing. So the first artist that I'd like to give a shout out to, I'll just bring up the text for both of them, but the first one is Tactician Kate, who I think somebody put something on the Discord server as a shout out. I can't remember who it was, but thank you. I think it was either
It was me.
it was Rodrigo, that's right. And so she asked for some characters to practice on. And I feel a little bit guilty giving main characters that I should be doing commissions for. So I sent a list of extra characters from NPCs from around Illyria. And we've heard of Frania, which is Felicia's patron. And the patron of that patron, so the Elder Black Dragon, is called Zerion. There are other Elder Dragons that part of the government of Skara. It's called the Convocation of Skara, and there is an Elder Dragon of each colour. Now, the first one is Ephra, the Silver Dragon, and I'll read out the text because some people might be watching it on screens that are too small for it. It says, proud, regal and aristocratic, the Silver Dragon of Skara is royalty personified. Her city, Emgun, is meticulously planned and kept with loyal civil servants and well-educated citizenry. She is rigid and uncompromising, with a focus on pact and policy with her co-rulers. In appearance, she is an Asian woman wearing noble finery with a calm and controlled demeanour. And the command of line art, in this case, or sketch art, I'm sorry, I'm not an artist, so I don't know the correct terms, is absolutely beautiful. But the one that really hit me was the first one that she sent to me. I do apologise for any kids you can hear in the background. It's blisteringly hot here, so I've got the windows and doors open. Is Helgara, and look at that, absolutely amazing. It just how she can just grab hold of what seems to just be a pencil and make someone come to life is fantastic. So Helgara, the Brass Dragon, a talkative, fun-loving thrill seeker, the most undragon-like of the dragons. She can be found flying at high speed through the desert and finding things that she can chase, fight and taunt. In humanoid form, she takes on a number of athletic female forms that usually wears a simple red and orange loose-fitting clothes. She's been known to go to taverns where she's drinking alongside the common folk, and she'll also play tricks and fight duels. So Kate, if you're watching, thank you very much. These are amazing, and they'll now be featuring in the Illyria guide that I'm writing. So I'm writing a guide to the world, and just so pleased to have this contribution, and I will be commissioning you as soon as I can. The second one is Feline Trickster, and I'm actually going to hand over by unmuting the rest of the guys. I'm going to hand over to Nick in this case to talk about the commission that he's got for Farewell Barebones.
Look at him. Yes, this is my green boy, who, as you know, I relentlessly, much to everybody's amusement. I've always known from the moment that Simon and Corinne that they rated art really well. I've been very fortunate in to draw Farewell has done an amazing job, and I am so pleased that Michelle has not only captured my boy perfectly, but she put a little bit of it so that we could have it ready for tonight's stream. The level of detail that she's caught just from the stuff that he holds his body, everything has just blown me away. If you are like me and you're very precious about your characters and very particular person, I think out there that you characters to have them drawn and brought to life. Really great, really affordable. Highly recommend the ability to commission for more work.
As you can see, Nick is also suffering from the perils of internet at the moment, so I'm afraid his audio's not going to be the best. But we're going to persevere and carry on with the story. But it does mean that we will be getting some sound issues throughout it all. We are working on a better way to bring our group together, long suffering as we are for being an online game. If I could, I would fly everybody over to my place and we'd all be around a table. Unfortunately, we're going to have to continue as we're going along and learning new tricks as well. So, by the looks of it, everybody else is sounding fine. But as I say, poor Nick is suffering from garble. Anyway, hello everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
We live.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
There is one extra dragon that I haven't featured at the moment, but I've decided to feature him next week, and that is Frania himself. Felicia's put together some amazing art for Frania, but with all the internet problems that we've had, crowbarring more images on top is a little bit of a problem, and I'm having to delete scenes from OBS.
Because Felicia just can't stop drawing glory-related things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Frania's fucking
I would
hot.
love to object, but I can't.
And we're all benefiting from it, so there. Anyway, should we get into the game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Not me, I'm having nightmares.
Yes. Everybody except Ida is getting like, and Ida is having so much fun dreaming about his father turning into a vampire.
Yes.
So yes, if you remember previously, there was some dreams that went around, and the most disturbing one being poor Aiden learning that his mother actually isn't in the Harvest Palace of the Amberglade Canton. She is in fact elsewhere. AWOL. Presumed maybe alive. Who knows? And that the creature that they think is dear old mom is in fact a vampire assassin who's used her face to get into the Amberglade Canton and wreak havoc.
Yes.
However, that's elsewhere. And as much as it's now scathing Aiden, I'm sure you're all waking up well rested. Well, having had a long rest at least. And you can see that a number of people are waking up with various groans and moans and people wondering how the hell they've got that nosebleed that's now dried and caked down their face, and wondering where they got a traffic cone in a fantasy game, that kind of thing.
What's this? What's this used for? It's just yellow, and what is this material?
There are certain rules that are constant throughout the multiverse. You all wake up the next morning, and Eclipse, you'll be pleased to know that waking up the next morning, Raoul tries to confirm whether or not you were serious about your advances on him the night before, and although you're a little pissed off about being hit by a sleep spell, you respond by pouncing on him, and we fade to black.
Yeah.
She got
I did not get kidnapped. And I have not been killed. It's been a whip.
He's a good boy. He, checked the next day for consent, and then, went at it anyway. Right. So, you're all waking up. Those of you who were drinking the night before have got thunderous hangovers. Those of you who went through lesser restoration, though, are feeling absolutely fine.
Yay!
The smell of sweat, blood, campfires that have burned down to ash, and stale alcohol fills the air. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Regroup?
Sure.
Before I regroup or anything, I take out my green green symbol, right?
Mhm.
The one we used to communicate.
Oh yeah.
And I try getting into contact with either Renata or Olivia, whoever it picks up.
If they're close enough.
Right.
I think it has a range. I'm not sure.
You send out to both of those entities, and you get nothing.
Right. Well, when when everyone sees Aiden again, he is sporting a 1,000-yard stare, a really bad one.
More than usual, because I'm pretty sure that's what he's had all the time. This is
No,
a difference.
he looks tired all the time, and he looks like he just looks tired and has like those like half eye like the eyes are half closed look. No, right now he's sporting that 1,000-yard stare, like badly.
Yes, did we decide that we were gonna meet by No, I don't know.
You
But
never
yes,
showed us where it was. So.
I thought it was the gold one with tassels.
Okay.
Yeah. That says so much, Eclipse.
Probably
So
gonna
much.
wander the tavern if there's anything left of it and see if there's any breakfast on.
Yep, there's currently, it looks like a bit of a soup kitchen because the tavern's been trashed. You can see that
there's
owner
not
of
much
the
of the
tavern and a lot of his staff looking incredibly hungover. Some of them have got the kind of walk of shame look on them as well. And they are currently, they've got roasted meats and various other kind of breakfasty type foods that they're just ladling out to these hulking warriors and lithe assassin and ranger types. There's quite a bit of a queue, but a lot of people haven't kind of fully got up yet. So you can go there, queue up, and most people are kind of just doing the hungover stare into space thing. So Aiden's 1,000-yard stare isn't 100% out of place, but his is certainly more intense, which makes it noticeable at least.
You okay,
Yes.
Aiden? You look even even more distant
Sorry, what?
than ever. Are you okay? Are you tired, or is this not something else? Hello?
I just keep staring into nothing. I'm really bad.
Is he on the hunt again, but without the eye?
I don't think he can be on without the eye thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that
This looks about as bad as Farewell when he had a dream that ended up with a portal in the bed.
I thought we agreed we would talk about that again.
Uh,
I
This, disagree. I agree. This is
Sorry. It's still a bit sleepy. What's going on?
you
What's
seem
wrong?
very out of it. What's wrong?
It's okay. It's okay. What are we doing today?
Check.
I don't know. Are we going forward? Did you want to talk to some people, Eclipse?
Rahul said that if we wanted, he could take us around and see if there was, if we stopped by here last time, if there's anyone who recognized. But, you know,
That would probably be the people who are serving the food, if that's the case.
probably, unless we bumped into any of these guys around the area.
I guess.
I mean, I kind of made a bit of a scene last night. I feel like if they noticed us before, they might have actually mentioned it. I mean, everyone was very drunk, but still.
Yeah. It depends on how drunk. Sometimes you lose your.
and not just that. I mean, in the grass,
Meeting
perhaps
someone.
extra was setting yourself on fire.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I don't think that.
Yeah, I mean, they were out to trash the tavern, so.
We seem to have accomplished that.
Certainly.
A black woman with hair down to her belt and two hand axes at her shoulders in holsters turns around as she ladles eggs into her plate, and she says, "Everybody remembers the fire girl, honey." And with a little bit of a smile, spears a sausage on the end of her dagger, puts it on the plate, gives you a conspiratorial wink, and walks off to enjoy her food. You guys walk up to the table, and what a guy in a Meister's cap, so kind of a soft cap with a feather in it, and he seems to be the most well-dressed person here. Present company accepted, because I'm sure that Glory looks fabulous. He's clearly the owner of the tavern. And he says...
I mean, we all still look like main characters, so...
Yes, yes, we still have our main character looks.
And he turns around and says, "Yes, you were quite impressive last night. Certainly a lot more lively when you than when you first came here."
Oh, we were here last time.
Yes, indeed.
How long ago? Just testing your memory.
I haven't got my notes of that particular thing here, but he gives you a date
God.
that makes sense with the timeline that you had.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, well, we weren't so lively then for reasons.
Well,
But
neither was the
we
tavern, to be
were- I
fair.
can't-
You were as lively as everybody else. You came in, you were weary from the road, and you continued on. You were very pleasant. You paid up front, and yeah, very pleased to have had your business. And I'm sure we'll be
Is
pleased
this
to
the
have
guy
your business.
who owns the tavern?
Yeah,
Who are we talking to at the moment?
He owns the tavern.
this is the guy that owns the
But
tavern. He hasn't offered his name
Is
or
it still
anything
in
like
one piece at all, or
that. It's
is the
there's
building
not a
still in one
single
piece,
window
or is-
that's not broken.
right? So windows are broken, chairs and tables broken, but the building is still standing.
Standing is probably a loose word.
Let's
So
see.
I assume we were. Yes.
I
So
think
less
that's pretty
damage.
right.
I hope this incident hasn't sullied our good reputation.
Not at all.
I-
These fighters and mercenary bands paid up front. They paid enough to be able to rebuild this tavern 3 times over, knowing full well what they were going to do with it. The field has been churned over. I've completely lost all of my stock. The building will probably have to be knocked down by a mage. And yet, I am in profit. So I'm a happy man. It's always good to reinvent yourselves from time to time.
Indeed.
Yes, and the new redesign will more customers, I'm sure.
Yes, indeed. I was thinking of something in the new style of buildings, some gables and things, and I might even be able to have a kind of VIP suite on the top floor.
Oh yes, that would be great business, I imagine.
I was going to name it after
fashion to interior
Marcus.
design.
I was going to call it the
What
Summersby
did you
suite.
say, Farewell?
Nice.
That's fair. Sorry, even though I'm not, I've got this still got that weird taste in my mouth.
Forrest smirks slightly and gives him a look.
Question: Are we all eating right now?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't touched my.
It takes Farewell a moment to realise what that look means, and then he just looks like a
She's trying to figure out what you got up to last night. It's like,
Oh, of course,
And
we
he's
went
just
to a
like-
brothel. Oh god, that comment now makes different. Never mind.
Yeah.
oh yeah, his very first time.
Yes.
Simon detailed that Aiden has not touched his food yet.
Sure.
What are you not eating?
Have some bacon at least. That's good protein. Thank you.
Simon, question. I can't quite remember. And has Aiden told us about having a dream before? He told us, didn't he, when we were down in that dungeon? That
Yes.
he'd had a dream. Oh, farewell.
He
Yes.
told us all.
That is a good question. I don't remember.
I think he told Farewell and the more detailed version. Then he told Cora and Glory.
But
Okay.
yes,
Just-
he
just
did
so I
tell
know,
us.
so I-
my notes. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't
So he
remember
did
him
tell
talking
us
about
that he-
dreams before.
yeah, but he did tell us that he had a vision. There was a thing coming.
Yeah.
That was when he went in the hunt, though.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know, I don't know at least, that he's had a bad dream in the past. So I'm
Yeah.
just clarifying for my own knowledge. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's fine.
So something's happened. We've died on the stream at least.
Yeah.
Or at least
Oh.
our cameras have all died.
Oh dear.
oh dear.
That
Oh
is.
dear.
Are we
Also,
actually still
Simon
streaming?
appears like he's talking, but he doesn't. He's not saying anything.
No,
I think
I'm
he
not
froze.
talking at the
We're
moment.
still
I'm
being
trying to
heard.
fix the stream.
Yeah, what happened
Is that
with
how-
your mic?
Is that how I sound?
Yeah,
no.
that is how you sound.
Oh, dear.
Yep, there we go.
Ladies and
Your
gentlemen,
cameras are
welcome
all
to
back,
England.
but I've lowered the bitrate down to insanely low levels. So we're not going to be high def sound, but you should all be able to at least
You
speak in
probably
time.
should increase your Simon. You should increase your sound a little bit because that's the most important thing. Being heard fairly clearly, and you're very grainy at the moment. So do increase your bit rate a little bit for your sound.
Fair enough.
Would it be better for your internet if we entirely cut the video this time?
Yeah.
Just for the
would that
sound
help you?
quality, because I'm fine with that.
And
Yeah.
I mean, we can potentially still be on Discord with each other if we want to, but you don't have to try and deal with it
Yeah.
because your computer just isn't up for it.
I
It can't
think,
deal with it.
I think sound is probably the most important thing. So if everybody cuts
Yeah,
their videos,
sound is much more important than video.
Okay.
Our sound has never matched our video anyway, so it's not like you
Yeah.
can watch along and see lip sync. It's never been doing that anyway. So
yeah, I'll bring
Let
up
us have good
your
sound.
graphics instead, and we'll go forward with that. Apologies for people watching and hopefully listening, and let's see how we all sound now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it got a lot better.
It sounds infinitely better.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Okay.
England, ladies and gentlemen, where a little bit of warm weather causes everything, and I mean everything, to start shutting down.
We will blame the heat on this because Britain is not built for anything above 25.
Yeah. As I say, I
It's
will.
not built for anything.
I'm
It's not
going
built
to
for
make some
cold. It's not built
adjustments
for
to the
wind.
I
It's
don't
not built
think
for leaves.
Britain is built for any weather, to be honest.
It's built for wet.
Yeah,
Is
it's built
it?
for
No,
wet.
no, but it's
That's
got to
it.
be no. It's got to be the right kind of wet, otherwise flooding
Ah.
happens.
Mm.
Anyway, shall we carry on?
Yes.
You guys are eating, and
Yes, I was gonna say something. Because I got.
Go.
I did you have another vision or something? You seem very, very not here.
I I don't I don't think I want to go to the Amberglade anymore.
Okay. Do you wanna tell us why?
Just
Have you had your morning wine? I think you might need it.
No morning wine. No morning wine.
It's fine. It's okay. We don't have to go.
Let's just move on, please.
Right.
Okay.
Do me
You
a
don't want to
favour.
talk, then you don't want to talk. That is perfectly fine. Now,
We just know that just know that we care about you, and we're just worried at the moment.
Yeah.
focus on trying to get some food in your stomach, otherwise you will be really sick while we go in the carriage later. And I think that's how it works, right, Farewell?
Most of the time.
Yes. Just
Cora's
say
gonna
everyone.
kind of just quietly sort of like fold up, like kind of pack some sandwiches or something like for later. Like just store some of the food if he's not gonna eat it now in case he gets hungry.
Sure.
That is a very smart idea.
Get a doggy bag. Can I get a box?
Yeah, exactly.
Can I get that in a good to go bag, please? um, Tell you what, can you guys give me 5 minutes? I just want to go collect a few things. I realise I'm running out of a couple of reagents, and I want to see if I can muscle them up just before we go do anything major. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
You're trying to
yeah.
find a shop?
These are more stuff that I think will be pretty easy to find with these sorts of people. Mainly paints and hennas and woads that I'm after.
Sure. We'll just hang around here.
Okay.
I'm gonna. At some point, I need to just say goodbye to Arun, but other than that, I am good.
Well, it's
Yeah.
alright. I mean, I want to go meet this
Yesterday.
guy. He sounds very interesting. I'll be right back. And I get up and leave.
That was a very fast car.
It was
Motorbike or something.
it was a motorcycle, and it was
It was
It's
a
about
loud
right.
motorcycle, not necessarily fast, just loud.
Yeah.
Yes,
Fair.
it's one of the young lads. They've all passed their tests. They all have their bikes, and now
Which
they
they
do
removed
laps.
the muffler from because they are the most terrible people that live on this earth.
Right. Let's stop with the judgment and carry on with D&D, shall we? Right.
Cora is going to secretly ask Eowyn just to kind of follow Farewell.
Sure.
She's kind of intrigued as to whether he's really going for that or something else.
Go for a second round.
Well, no, just whether he's gonna go like meet with whoever he. It's not like I'm just like she's curious. She cares about him. She wants to know. Like he's acting kind of like thing. He acted like I don't know. She's just like
A
maybe he's gonna
teenager.
say goodbye or something. It's like young love. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing.
think
She's
it's
a curious
sweet.
beast.
Yeah. Okay. So Farewell, you're going to go and look for paints and woads, you said.
Well, more henna or woads.
Sure, absolutely. So it's very easy to find this because you just look for a band that uses it the most. And you find a band of halflings, funnily enough. And they have, most of them have a kind of blue woad on them. But you can see there are greys, reds, and greens as well that are applied by some of them, depending on their class. and you can see that there's a couple of halfling barbarians that have green woad going down both of their arms, and they've got this lovely winding vine with thorns pattern. There's one that's got a skull, or at least the top half of a skull. It seems to be missing the lower jaw, which would normally be on their lower jaw, painted directly over their face. So it's a skull that corresponds with their own in a grey woad. And you're there thinking, if anyone's going to have spare woad, it's going to be these guys.
Yeah, so I sort of go over, try not to look like I'm that person that's standing at the edge waiting for the right moment to talk. Probably failing terribly. Excuse me.
Good morning to you. Anything I can help you with?
Yes, can I buy some of your blue woad, please?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. Just out of curiosity, it doesn't seem to be something that I'd expect you to be wearing. I mean, you got quite a lot of blue as it is.
It's green, actually.
Well,
But it's fine.
kind of a blue-green, really, isn't it? It's, I mean, if you was green, you'd be like leaves, and you're not.
We'll grace over the slight problematic nature of what you just said. My friend has terrible dreams. And there was something that my grandfather used to do that calmed me. And I think it'll help him.
Aye.
But I need woad to do it. It needs to last a few days and a few nights.
Aye. Well, that's why we wear it, see? Stops arcane forces, evil spirits, that kind of thing. Here.
That it does.
He takes a handful of pots, and you can see that they're various colours. He goes, here, take this. It'll be doing what it's meant to be doing, and it's not as if we can't make more at a drop of a hat.
Still, it never seems right to just take even just a gift for new friends.
Hey.
Anything I can give you in return?
He takes a look at your Raven Queen garb, and he goes, looks like you've already earned it by your life choices.
Fair enough.
Dark Mother be with you, lad.
And may the Raven Queen watch over you all.
Aye, she does, lad.
Die well.
She does. Die well. And yeah, you have gone up against. Well, these are all ghost halflings. They have that kind of woe nature to them, and they are animists. And yeah, they're very heavily connected with spirits and the undead, and if not the undead, sorry, the spirits and the spirits of death. And yeah, you've just said there's a guy who's being haunted, and he was like, yep, we know how to deal with that. Here you go.
I nod my thanks and I take my leave and I wander back to the group.
So if you want to add to your inventory, you have 5 colours of woad. You've got red, green, grey, blue, and black.
Nice. Now you can start knitting.
Because that's what Farrell's
Start
gonna do.
knitting.
That's what Farrell's gonna do.
As you walk back, Farewell, you can see that another person is walking towards your group, and it's the lithe, striped tabaxi that you saw before. All cats look like they're smiling, but he seems to be walking with a particular spring in his step, and looking at some of the people who are watching him. They're kind of like, I bet he didn't drink at all, the bastard. He's probably not as hungover as we are. And he walks up to the group and purrs, why, hello, it is a glorious morning, isn't it?
I completely agree.
So, you are going south, I assume?
Yes. We're not gonna linger for very long. But yes, we're going south to uncover more of the mystery.
Well, I have my own mystery, and it also lies to the south. So I should be traveling with you for a short while, if that's okay.
I have no objections, but you need to. It's what my other teammates think.
Are we seeing
I
a
don't see a
connection? Is
problem.
it obvious that these two have slept together?
Yes.
Oh, come on. You don't need
She
to have,
was
like,
literally
Carol's
saying
level
she
of
was
insight.
invited to his tent yesterday.
She was talking about. I can't remember. We'd never met the guy though, did we? We just knew she was talking about a tabaxi though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even by Tabaxi standards, this level of flirting is beyond reasonable.
I'm just gonna look over
This
at
is
Aiden and see if
obvious
he's
enough
reacting in
that
any kind of way.
Farewell will notice.
Yeah.
So you all spoke at the same time. I couldn't hear any of you.
What did you say, Kate?
I was just gonna look at Aiden and see if he was reacting in any sort of way.
I don't think he
Nope.
is.
No,
Nope.
I'm sure he won't. But I'm just that's what Cora would do. Have we actually made a decision that we're gonna head south? We were debating it, weren't we?
I think we will.
We're going to location X.
We don't think we should do that before we go back to the city and find out any more info.
Ah,
It's more on the way because we've decided we're on the way towards it. So like, if we wanted to go back, we've gone.
and it's a couple of days ride if we want to go back to the city, and then a couple of days more to get there.
I know. I was just
You're quite
putting
close
it out
to
there.
the rough location that Merritt gave you. So, yeah, you're
I know.
pretty close to it.
I know.
It
That's
seems,
not the reason.
as much as I hate it, I'm tired of not knowing. I'm tired of wandering in circles and not knowing why we ended up in this position.
True.
Yeah.
The worst,
I'd rather confront them and end up with no memory again. At least I feel I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems stupid that we ended up losing
If we
back
don't
in
manage
the
this time, I might have to pull some strings and get back up. It's one thing to slide the Tesco once, but doing it twice?
You still scare the ever-loving out of me. I won't lie. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
kind of glad I'm kind of on your side. I hope that doesn't change.
No, it won't.
shall we make a move with our new friend?
Sure.
That sounds good. Yes.
What was your name?
My name is
Roll,
Raoul.
right?
Raoul.
Hmm.
Oh, no, you don't have chops down trees or I don't know. I don't really get tabaxi names.
Cora?
What?
Traditional
That's
name, Cora, I
incredibly
think you're looking
offensive.
for.
That is a yikes for
Offensive.
me,
They're
dog.
really interesting names. It just seems Raoul sounds a little normal and not. It's not
It
a
sounds
sentence.
like a sound a baby lion makes.
Actually, that's true. Okay, it's a cat sound. It's like. Are we meant to say it that way?
Cora, I shall put you out of your misery. He was named by halflings.
Oh,
This week on the Benefactor, Cora unknowingly acts racist.
how is this racist? It's ignorantly racist then.
Ignorant, racist, culturally insensitive. I
That
am
is a
writing this
very-
text right now. I am taking notes.
But yeah, okay, so she's asking those. No, but where do you really come from?
Oh no!
God.
If she gets
God.
that bad, if she gets that bad, Farewell will intervene and will just take her away. Just no words. We'll
Kick her in
just
the
start
shins,
and
trip her over.
just start directing it towards the carriage. Like, you're not this person. I won't let you be this person. We are not doing this here. We will leave. You can apologise later once we've had a long and very boring talk about what is appropriate to ask people.
Curious. Okay, fine.
No, it's fine. It's fine, Cora. Yes, you're right that Raoul does have an unusual name for a tabaxi, but that's also something that
I'm
makes
raised
it
by
interesting.
halflings too, so we have something in common.
Yes.
I'm Cora, by the way. Hello. Oh wow,
It is
he's
a
not
pleasure
talking
to
me.
make your acquaintance. He's had
Sorry.
this look of bemusement on his face the entire time as he's watched this cacophony of friends talking over each other and kind of apologising for shit that he really doesn't care about. And he's just there watching back and forth, kind of almost like watching a very fascinating goldfish bowl. And he's just kind of looking backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards.
Honestly, she's not usually like this. It's been a very stressful couple of weeks, and last night didn't quite go as well. Well, it ended very well, but it didn't quite go as well as we expected. So I'm really sorry. Really sorry. We need to stop talking and start leaving.
I spend most of my time with mercenaries. Do you think I've not heard it all before?
That is fair.
At least you didn't ask whether or not I have a barbed penis. But anyway, enough of that for now. Let's go. And he picks up his hat.
One of my cousins have gotten that.
Eclipse just smiles and will not let anybody know.
I'm just being dragged along, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
always.
You have no choice in the matter. You are hanging out with this bunch of people anyways.
No, it's okay. I'm dissociating hard anyways. It's like, you can just drag me and I'll go with you.
We're going to deal with that.
You get back into the coach and Stuart bids you welcome. He has a flask of coffee up with him, and by a flask I mean this is a big thing. And he offers it round for anybody who might need it. He's making an assumption here. You get into the cart.
Yes.
And Raoul steps forward, mutters something under his breath, throws dust in the air, and the dust suddenly settles on the ground. And as it does so, this spectral horse comes out of the ground, kind of not on fire, but this kind of strange mist around it, and stands a good, I'd say around about 5 foot tall at the shoulder, and he leaps on it and goes, "Let us go, my friends," and charges down the road.
Now that is style. I like him, Eclipse. Good choice.
He's very cool. I do like him.
Stuart kind of mutters, "Well, if he keeps going at that speed, we won't be seeing him for some time." Yeah, and the horses start to pull the carriage down the road. It's a fairly uneventful trip, and after a while, Raoul realizes how far ahead he's pulling, and pulls his spectral steed back, and eventually you get into a good pace together. You travel for several hours, making camp every now and again.
Well, there's a couple of things I'd like to do whilst we're travelling.
Absolutely. Go for it.
I'll let you do it.
Of course.
Yeah, no, go for it. Describe it now.
Cool. So I assume that Aiden's gone into his usual, and everyone's, because we've been travelling in this, it's like any bus journey or commute, everybody has their set seating inside. But Farewell's going to choose his to be now directly opposite Aiden in this instance, rather than probably next to Cora or opposite Glory, as I think he was probably before. Then he'll lean forward and go, Aiden?
No response.
Okay. I'm going to very gently take his hand. I have something that I think might help. Will you let me try it?
Fucking nothing, so just go ahead.
Well, I'm going to need you to take off your jacket and roll up your sleeve.
I don't know. I do so, I guess.
And I take out the jars, and I look at him and I'm like, "Do you ever have a favorite color?"
Blue.
Good choice. Not mine. I mean, mine was always a red growing up. I always preferred it. Grandfather's was green. We always liked that. Thing is that we grew up traveling a lot, which probably won't surprise you. But that meant we saw a lot of things that made it hard to sleep at night, and made it hard to do anything during the day, especially if you're young. But what grandfather always said to me was that we are always looked after, always watched over, and sometimes we just need a little bit of extra help. And I unscrew the lid of the woad, and I dip my thumb in it, and I start marking long symbols up and down his forearms that start to take like feather shapes, and in primordial script I'll start writing words between it. He often used to tell me that every now and again the gods would spare a champion that would help us sleep or watch over us whilst we do anything. And sometimes, if we asked hard enough, they can be used to go look after others. You might think this is silly, but there's power in this. And perhaps together.
Hello, everybody. Today,
you and I can do something that might help whatever is ailing you. Just think on it, and think what you will, and I'll do the rest. And I will spend, if he goes along with it, a 4th level spell slot.
mm-hmm.
And oh no, I don't need to. I can ritual cast it. Huzzah! To do divination.
Okay. Divination, right. So, let me just check this. What does divination do?
Your magic and offering put you in contact with a god or god servant. You can ask a single question concerning a specific goal or event or activity to occur within. The game master offers a truthful reply. The reply might be an issue, a crime, or an omen. And if it's not obvious, what I'm trying to do is let the question be items, but through me.
Sure. Okay. I'm very happy for this to be something that will come out of Aiden's subconscious, because that's an incredibly good story detail. So, Aiden, what is the question that's uppermost in your mind right now? If you could ask a divine being anything...
Where is my mom?
Okay. Is there a role that you have to do for your divination, Farewell?
One second.
I don't think so.
No. It is 1 action plus 10 minutes.
Okay.
And it's cost me 25 gold's worth of item, which I will just use actually 25 gold, and that's gone. And yeah, it just consumes the gold, and it happens.
Which is why you wanted to pay the halflings, because you wanted to know you had 25 gold's worth of stuff. That's fine. Yep. That's fine. Yeah. This is, rather than it being more of a bookkeeping exercise, I've been quite liberal with the money because of the background of the story. But yeah, that's fine. So, I'd like you, Farewell. This is going to work because that's the nature of the spell, but I would like you to just do me a spellcasting roll. So roll d20 and add your spellcasting modifier.
Nick, let us down.
You can do this.
Do you mean a spell attack or just his spell mod? Because spell attack is a lot more.
It's, yeah, as I was about to say, is it my modifier?
As
Spell
if it was a
okay.
spell attack, yeah.
28.
28. Good to know.
Fuck.
Yeah, rolled a natural 19 and I've got a +9. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would do it.
Good boy.
The rhythm of the ritual that Farewell's performing on you, Aiden, is something that becomes oddly hypnotic. And suddenly your mind's eye is cast back to the Canelm estate. Back in Verstadt, which is the district that your family have been protecting for generations in South Vardencourt. You can feel the almost useless for farming scrubland around the estate. The harsh people that would be there. You're remembering what the place was like when you left it. Hollowed out, wrecked, burnt in some places. The bodies that had managed to be buried or otherwise disposed of. Most of it's a blur to you, but now you can kind of see in your mind's eye that the estate is in a form of ruin. No one has repaired it. But it still stands. The high walls, the walkway around the perimeter wall, the several buildings of the homestead, various splinters of the family, all living in one large fortified encampment. And yet, home. Like a walled village, really, containing one family, one extended family. And you can just feel that she's there. You don't know alive or dead, but you just know that whatever your mother is doing right now, in whatever state that she's in, she's home.
Okay. I'm gonna imagine, is this enough to bring me out of my dissociative state?
Yeah.
I would say yes. I mean, after the shock that you had regarding the false version of your mother, knowing that she's there in any way just feels right. You know a lot about the Canelm family, things that we won't reveal on stream yet, but you know that it's her place. She spent a lot of time protecting that place, and even if she didn't make it, knowing that she's there just seems to fit somehow, you know?
Right, okay. I blink, and I put my hand to my head, and I'm like, okay. That did kind of help, thank you.
I'm glad. Now, try and get some sleep. Maybe today.
I've slept enough. I've slept enough for a while. I'm gonna stay awake.
Maybe some food.
Yeah, I think Cora packed some.
Sure, I guess. I don't know. Don't we have something more important to be doing?
We're just traveling.
We're just sitting here waiting for Stuart to get us to where we're going.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Might as well eat this bacon sandwich now before we forget again.
Right, I take it off her hands. Slowly.
You can hear from above, Stuart saying, "Riders ahead! They're flagging us down."
Or not.
My head out the window and have a look.
You have enough time to finish your sandwich.
Do they look friendly, Stuart? Or not?
They're wearing outrider costumes.
What does that mean, Simon?
An outrider is a guard that goes along the roads and is basically a road guard.
Okay.
I'll go forward to the sit shotgun with Stuart.
Sure. You can see, indeed, there are two what seem to be outriders. As I say, they are guards that patrol the roads. And they are clad in half plate with a sword at their hip, a form of short lance So rather than a competition lance, this is a lance to catch up and take down people who are running away. And it's got kind of a hook on one side of it, so instead of kind of killing them, you can hook them by the shoulder and just trip them up or whatever. And they've got these large blue cloaks, these sky blue cloaks that go down their back and over the back of the horse currently, which is the first thing that denotes who they are. As you get closer, you can see they have Ostergald badges, well, Ostermark badges, most specifically. So they've got the Duke's badges. They haven't got the strange badges that you saw for the militia. They just have regular kind of guards badges. And these guys, their job is to be on the road and make sure the road is safe, to find ambushes, to take down goblins, and they tend to be quite badass. They'll take down 4, 5, 6 goblins quite happily, and they normally ride in pairs.
Human, elf, what are they? Blokes?
This one is a half-orc and a wood elf.
Half-orc and wood elf.
Both female. As the coach gets closer, you can see that the wood elf, her hair is completely braided all over. So it's kind of braided in lines, not exactly cornrows, but more kind of very elvy braids knotted over each other. Kind of a bit of a mass on her head. And you can tell she's wearing a band of metal, a circlet, rather than a helmet. The half-orc is wearing a helmet, and what looks to be a plume coming out the top, you can see is just a hole that's been punched in the helmet, and she's pulled her hair through the hole. So it's her actual hair that's forming the plume. And for a half-orc, a lot of half-orcs have the orcish underbite with a slight tusk coming up over from protruding out of the bottom lip and over the top lip. She doesn't seem to have any sign of that. And she seems to have quite a lot of human in her, but she still has the telltale green skin. Her green skin is kind of closer to khaki, so there's an element of brown in her green skin. And she's not that tall actually. You have a feeling, although they're stood on horses, so it's a bit hard to tell. You have a feeling that the wood elf might be taller than the half-orc.
Interesting.
Hello.
Hail, friends. Just checking out who's passing by. Don't worry, this isn't an inspection. We don't want to look at your luggage or anything. Just saying hello to everybody. And if you can see the stream at the moment, you are close to this crossroads here. Let me just grab the target. So you're at this crossroads, right next to location
down there.
Yep, yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And they say, I think I recognise you guys before.
We're from Ostergald. We're members of the Green Organization, so you might have seen us.
Yeah. I think we passed you. I don't think we stopped and spoke, but I remember passing you all. And you can see that the half-orc takes a glance at Glory if she's looking out. And the half-orc goes, yeah, we definitely went past you guys.
Yeah.
Was it just us, or was there someone else? Anyone else with us? I can't remember.
It was
myself.
just you guys, and he's new, and they point to Raoul, and they say, but we have seen him around before. You ride a lot around here. And Raoul kind of gives a courtly bow, still on his steed, and says, but of course, I'm some form of explorer, I guess you could call me. And they shrug their shoulders as if to say, yeah, cool. And the wood elf says, I'm Almara, and I'm a sergeant on the Outriders list, and this is one of our new recruits, Mara Groschal.
So Amara was the wood elf?
No, Almara is the wood elf.
Almara.
Yeah, and Marogoshal
The half
Almara.
orc.
is the half orc.
So yeah, half orc is name I'm not going to be able to spell. But okay, so what is it? What was the name again? Sorry.
Almara
Mara.
for the wood elf,
Yeah, I got that now. But for the
and
half orc,
Mara Groshal.
Mara.
Yeah. So Mara, and then the surname, instead of it having the traditional orc middle name, is just Groshal.
Rochelle. Cool.
Yeah. So Groshal.
Yes. No. Well, very nice to meet you again. Though we only passed you by. Yes, we're just traveling through here.
How are things down here? Any trouble?
Well, that's kind of why we were flagging you down. Really, we've been told about reports of quite large lumbering creatures being somewhere around here, and there was a merchant who was worried that one of these creatures was going to chase down his caravan. He was on his way to Ostergald at the time, and I mean, he was quite far away. He said he looked at it through his spy scope, and it was just a muddy, large, lumbering creature. And he was worried that it was going to catch him up, but it didn't seem to have any interest in him and was just crossing
Any
the
more
road.
details?
He said it had large claws coming out of its forearms and long arms that were coming down to its knees. And he wasn't sure if it was some sort of troll that had strapped bones or something to him for weaponry.
Does this sound familiar to me?
No, I mean the theory of the troll kind of
Okay.
sounds like it makes sense, but you don't have any particular insights. Large lumbering creature with some form of weaponry, whether natural or crafted.
Could be anything,
Yeah.
honestly.
So you haven't seen anything like that, or any
No.
other signs of banditry or foul play?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet, to be honest.
Okay. Well, keep your wits about you. Keep that crossbow loaded, driver. And if you do find anything, can any of you make sparks or some form of flare?
We can do something of the like.
Okay.
Lori's kind of got a trick up her sleeve that's kind of very
I got it
fancy.
covered. Don't worry.
Fantastic.
I'll let you know.
I think we'll be okay. But if you guys get to him, if you guys make any spark, we'll come and help you guys as well.
They look at you as if to go, "Oh, bless." And Sergeant Almara says, "Sure, but chances are we'll be catching up to you. We're just that little bit faster." She snaps her fingers, and the horse's hooves spark with blue sparks, and you can see that the horseshoes are enchanted. Send up a flare if you need us.
Everybody's got fancy horses, and we're sitting in. I mean, actually, last time I was on a horse, I got saddle sores. So actually, what am I talking about?
Yeah, we can get back to Ostergald in probably a few hours.
How far away are we from Ostergold right now?
Your friend probably could as well. That's Arcane Steed, isn't it? And Raoul goes, "Yes, I can only cast it for a short amount of time, but yeah, it works. It means that I use up most of my ability, most of my power that I get each day just riding, but mostly I use my martial abilities when I get into a fight."
Well, Rory, you're more than welcome to be in the carriage if you like.
I like my horse.
I'm jabbing Farewell in the ribs. They can get back to Ostergard in a matter of hours. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Okay, it's just me that figures this out. Sure. Do you? How many of you are around here? Like, are there a lot of you guards around? Do you all meet up anywhere?
Yes, of course. we go down every single road, every single trail, even some of the trails that aren't on the maps. It's part of our job to make sure that if there's potentially a traveller, we seek out those pathways and ensure that they're safe. Currently, let's see. The captain would probably have the better numbers, but I'd say there's probably in excess of 80 of us out at the moment, just in the local area. And by the local area, I mean the map that is on the on the stream at the moment.
And do you know? I mean, do you all meet up and report in or anything? Like,
Yeah,
where do you
regularly,
base
yeah.
yourselves if you're traveling all the time, or are you literally based in the city?
Well, we are billeted in the city, and we have buildings in various villages where we can set down supplies and meet up or go to sleep. But yeah, we meet up all the time. Usually every half day to make sure that no one is unaccounted for. If they are unaccounted for, we track them down and make sure that that they are
Right.
And no one's unaccounted for then.
No, I would say everyone's accounted for at the moment.
Okay, no, it's just
Well,
were we traveling the same direction last time you saw us, or different? I don't know.
Yeah, you were going out to the coast.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we just love it down here. It's
anyway, sorry to be rude, but we do have business to get to. Is it okay if
we were just
continue our
checking
way?
in. As I said, this is not a customs check or anything like that. So no, you're free to go.
we'll let you know if we
Thank
spot
you
that
very
troll
much.
thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, as I say, throw up some sparks, or if you manage to take it out, then take it to the nearest village and leave it for us, and we'll make sure that a reward comes your way.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right.
Well, pleasure to meet you all, citizens. Carry on with your day. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The horses trot along nicely, and the horses don't seem to be tired, road weary, or anything like that, and they watch you go. They happily just sat by the side of the road talking to each other.
Okay,
Alright.
did anybody else get that, or is it just me? And farewell, because I heard him. He just
Yes.
Yeah.
You,
The
yeah.
travel problem that we were having.
Yeah.
Enchanted horseshoe, saddle sores.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Right.
I don't know much more than
Let-
that, but
Let's put that in the back of our heads and
Yep.
see what else we find out here.
yeah. Okay. Boy, and now a big troll potentially. Okay, I'm gonna jump up on
Well,
the top.
A troll isn't
Oh.
that bad.
Well-
They're pretty easy.
What
to
it worries
take
me
down.
is that that didn't sound like a troll. It didn't sound like anything
Yeah.
I've heard of, but it didn't sound like a troll to me.
Yeah, that was actually what I was thinking. But we can hope it's just a troll.
And we can hope that we don't run into it. And,
Or if
it
we run
becomes
into it, we'll
somebody
just
else's
kill
problem.
it.
Or we could not look going for a fight for once in our lives.
I agree with Farewell.
Stuart
then
calls
we
down
can-
from the driver's seat and says, sorry to be the bearer of, I don't know, bad news, I guess, but
Oh god.
this is the furthest that I can go according to the instructions I've been given. We're kind of here. This is it. This is the area.
Okay.
Yep, I've just double checked
Thank you.
Merrick's instructions, and this is it. Yeah, this is it. And
Alright.
you look out in front of you, and you can see a small
Cabbage.
copse of woods. You can see a coastline. The coastline dips and rises, so it rises up to a kind of scree-covered cliff face, and then it sweeps back down again into small beaches. And you look along the length of this coastline, and it's pretty much the same thing. In both directions, it rises and dips. Some of the beaches are sand, some of the beaches are stone, Some of the cliffs are more vertical, some are more angled, and occasionally there's small copses of trees. Apart from that, nothing really remarkable here. You can see
Eclipse,
a fishing
sweetie.
boat maybe an hour's ride down the coast.
Yes.
Can you get me up high? I want to see if we're missing something.
Oh, yes. We'll go on the carpet. We go on the carpet, then we fly up high. Whoever wants to go on the carpet can go on the carpet with us.
I stay down here.
I'm gonna climb up
I
onto the
like
top of the
solid
carriage and look
ground.
from there.
Aww. Anyways, once we're up a little bit, I will use my glory to look around and see if I spot any magic signatures.
Okay. Give me a perception check, please, Glory.
Yes. Oh, nat 20.
Oh my god. Nice.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop.
You can see that there are some magic signatures around. At this distance, we're probably going a little further than your detect magic is capable of, actually, aren't we? Yeah, because it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Isn't it
just put
only
a filter
30
over your
feet?
eyesight.
I don't know.
You have.
No, I know.
Yeah.
You have to be within a certain range, but I thought it might be good to see.
Yep.
I assume we like fly over some of the area while scanning.
Yeah, I'm going to allow that, and thankfully this is a perception check anyway, so it's about you seeing things.
Yeah.
So there's a few things that come at you. So you can see that the first thing you try to go for is your detect magic. Within the area that your detect magic is effective, the only thing you pick up is a magical signature on a fox. At first, you're kind of like, oh, it must be, some sort of familiar or something like that. And then when you see what type of fox it is, you can see that this fox is actually a sylph fox. Now, a sylph fox looks a bit like a fennec fox, big ears, and it's got a slightly mottled coat compared to a fennec fox because its preferred terrain is grassland rather than desert, and it has got the school of illusion going through its coat. It can, like a chameleon, it can change its coat according to its surroundings. And when you pick that up, you're kind of like, oh, that'd be cool as a pet, but you don't really get much else beyond that. With your perception check, you do see that there's what appears to be a slight heat shimmer in the in one direction, and you can also see that there's some sparks coming from the fishing boat, and it looks like some sort of arcanist is repairing something on the fishing boat using magic. But the heat shimmer is kind of strange. You can see heat shimmers coming off the beach, but the heat shimmers that you're looking at in particular just don't seem to look right. I'd like you to make an Arcana check.
Now, that is something I'm good at.
This is when you roll a 1.
That was a very close one. It was a 2, but then it rolled over to a 12. So 17.
17.
That was so close. Karin, don't jinx me like that!
So yeah, you look at there and you're there saying, well, it's hard to tell. But looking at the heat beating off the beach, and bear in mind, it's kind of September where you are at the moment, so the fact that you can see any of these heat shimmers at all is kind of strange. And the more you look at it, the more out of place it appears to be. And you look at it a little further, and you can just see this wisp of steam, mist, You're not quite sure. And just as it goes past where this slight shimmer is, and it's so subtle, your natural 20 means that you can see quite a lot of it, but it's very hard to see.
Yeah.
You would
Of
have to
course.
have combed the beach to see it clearly, but you can see it at this distance. Do you have a
Also,
feeling that some sort of illusion spell or some sort of obfuscation spell is being performed in that vicinity?
sorry, Simon, but I think this will be a good time to take our 10-minute break.
Yes.
I was just about to say it's 29 past 9 now. I don't know about the rest of you, but it sounds like the sound is looking great. Sounding great. So we'll keep the videos off for the rest of the stream, and we'll be able to carry on from there. And we will investigate the shimmer when we get back.
The shimmering beach.
Indeed.
Nice.
And I will put the votes, the link to the vote screen in the chat, and we'll see you guys in 10 minutes. See you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Shimmer
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the extra time. We were trying to fix the stream up for you all to hopefully have a little bit of extra sound. Welcome back, everybody. And the sound is a lot clearer now, but we've had to sacrifice video. But we are in discussion at the moment on how to make this a little better for the rest of you who are watching. Now, for those of you watching, let's see if any voting went on. And
I have not.
we have a vote for Glory and a vote for Farewell. You know what? I am going to be a generous god and give one to you both. There you go. Have a finesse point each.
Am I not a merciful god?
I am scared by the fact that you think this is a good idea that both of us have a finesse point.
Well,
It's
you
because
know.
we're about to
Because
get
that
killed.
means
That's
we might
why.
actually need them.
Let's find out, shall we?
No.
Yes,
So, when we
please.
last were here, my words are good right now. When we, well, before the break, Glory was up high on the magic carpet that they recently acquired with Eclipse, and she could see in the distance a strange shimmer, even though it is September, effectively. You can see a kind of heat shimmer in the distance along the beach. And at the moment, that seems to be your only clue as to maybe the location of something other than it seems to be.
Helt ny värld. Jag går.
I was gonna say, well, Glory is high up. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can track. I can track it. I can find any tracks, especially of undead. Not just because it's the only thing I can do, but because undead have for some reason been very involved with us, not just with me, but with like things like the Heart of Jordan. So if I feel like they might have been involved when it comes to our memories, so I'm gonna see if I can find any tracks.
Sure, give me a survival check with advantage.
Cool. That's going to be a 23.
Sure. So, you are an abject professional when it comes to the hunting of undead. There's a few things about the undead that you know that other people don't think to look for. So first of all, the undead don't give a damn about roads and paths. So anybody who's following a road or following a path is not thinking, or not thinking as the case may be, like an undead. Now, intelligent undead will obviously follow those things, especially if they're trying to mimic the living. Otherwise, they will normally shamble in direct lines from A to whatever they designate as B. Especially when it comes to undead that are tracking life. Some undead are capable of knowing where the nearest sentient life is, filtering out things like grass, because that would make them pretty poor undead. And you start looking off the road for that telltale shamble. You also are reaching out with your supernatural senses as a blood hunter, as a hunter of the undead, to see if there's anything around here. And you feel nothing. Not the strange nothing that Farewell felt in the graveyard where Merrick was doing his experiments, but just a simple baseline of life and death.
Okay.
There was nothing.
Well, at least that's a relief. At least whatever fucked with our memories, it's not related to on the bullshit.
Clips, look over at the beach. Do you see the heat wave?
Do I?
Once she points it out, you kind of go, maybe, but you know which direction she wants to go in.
Yeah, I can take us there if that's what you want.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that is not a real heat wave.
Alright.
Guys, as I see them. There you go.
Alright, we might want to take them with us.
Let's bring the others.
I go and take the party with us and tell them to get on, because we're going on an expedition.
Raoul turns to you and says, I don't feel the rift in that direction. In no direction, to be fair. But I have markers where I need to go and carry on scouting. It was fun traveling with you for a short period of time.
Very glad.
Hopefully, I shall see you again.
Yes, I am mostly in Ostergal if you want to find me.
If I find myself in that direction, I shall look you up. Farewell. And he gets onto his spectral steed again and charges off into the distance. So you can see that.
Can Nick have gone yes when he said that? Farewell. Yes. What?
No, really, we are going to have a very long talk about this.
This is Kate. This is not even Cora.
It still applies.
You're still due one very long and boring conversation.
Oh God, I'm such a bad person.
I'm just the cultural insensitivities of growing up in Freetown. You should be more acutely aware of this than you actually are.
Nah.
My Kate was silly.
It's, why are we getting on the carpet and where are we going?
Glory spotted something weird over there, so we're gonna investigate it, and we thought it might be good to have everybody with us in case we get attacked.
I'm pretty sure that's a magical illusion instead of an actual.
Also, I just made sure there's after experiences with deathlocks and other stuff like that. At least there's no traces of undeath over here. So whatever it was,
that is good
what?
To know, but I wouldn't count on it yet until we've seen everything.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
But it's good to know.
Anyways,
let's get on.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You go to that direction, and I assume that you're all on the carpet now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, jumped on.
Yeah, unless someone objects. We did herd everybody onto the carpet.
Sure. The carpet makes good time, even though it's fully laden now with all of you. This gigantic carpet does very well carrying your weight with your armor and all the rest of it. So
it can hold lots of people.
yeah,
It's a big one.
It's pretty large. It's a large carpet, so much so that I've just added some carpet to roll 20. And as you get closer to the shimmer disappears. You still know the rough location as to where it was, but it's like the closer you've got to it, the more effective it becomes. And you're not entirely sure. Was it there before? And
I know it was here. Something's not right.
yeah, you know the location in which you first saw it, so you can carry on scouting if you wish.
Yeah. I will start looking again with my eye now that we're closer to where I saw the weird things.
That's what I was waiting for. Using your opal, you put your hand over your eye, replacing one of your eyes with the opal itself, and immediately you see a school of illusion. But you are impressed, Glory, because you can barely see it. You can see that there's a Nystel's magic aura that is stopping the signal. If you weren't almost right on top of it, and you weren't using a very powerful artifact. Remember, this opal was sent to you by Frania himself.
Yes.
If you weren't using this powerful artifact, if you were just using a regular detect magic spell, you would not have seen it. Give me a quick Arcana check, Glory.
Yeah, there's an illusion here. Good stuff. That is a 19.
Okay. It's just a general detail, but it's a good thing for you to note. Lets you know a little bit more about whoever did this. So, this illusion as you can see it now, it looks very hazardous. As you look at it, you do not want to go over these rocks. The rocks are sharp, uneven. As you watch one of the larger rocks, it suddenly just kind of falls to one side with a horrible clunk. And you're there thinking, wow, if I was underneath that or even on top of it, I would have been thrown down onto these sharp rocks. You have a sudden sense of fear, and you want to take a different route. But now that you know that it's an illusion, you know that this is part of the spell as well. So the spell actually persuades people to take a different path.
Oh.
Also, as you look at it, you realise that one of the reasons why you can see it, but the average arcanist won't be able to see it, is that most wizards, arcanists, when they use detect magic, they use it at the lowest level because mechanically they have more spell slots of that level. People don't usually overcommit. You know that the detect magic in your opal is about 5th level.
Oh, wow.
And you can barely see it.
Yeah, this is a powerful illusion. Eclipse, try heading in that direction. Tell me what you feel.
Are you sure? The rock seems really sharp.
Exactly, sweetie.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Eclipse. This seems to go around it. Can we go around it?
No.
Okay, I'm choosing to trust you here, Eclipse. Please don't let me down. Not Eclipse, Glory. I'm choosing to trust myself. I'm choosing to trust you here, Glory. Please don't let me down.
As you get closer to the what Glory knows is an illusion, you hear a really nasty rock fall over, and most of you turn around to see this rock that almost looks like a sharpened menhir, a menhir being a standing stone, and it's almost like a dagger of a rock fall over, and you watch as it smashes another rock in two, and there's a sudden feeling of fear. You haven't got the frightened condition, but there's a certain feeling of trepidation that you can't help but avoid. Even Glory feels it, but she understands it because the detect magic is telling her that she's about to feel it. So she gets enough of a
forewarning
to grit herself against it. And as you guys are looking a little more hesitant, Glory gives you another, I'm sure, words of encouragement as you get closer and closer. I would like everybody to make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh, joy, because I'm so good at anything with charisma.
Yeah.
That's a 4.
Good one.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Good thing
25.
you're the one driving.
Yes, it's a good thing I'm driving.
That would be a 1 for me, not a natural 1.
Okay.
It's still a 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh dear.
That die has been sent to jail. It's been punished for its crimes.
Okay. So, what did you get, Cora?
25.
25. So Cora immediately, both the Cora and Eclipse, sorry, immediately the illusion just disappears. And you can see, instead of these horrible rocks, there's actually quite a lovely small waterfall. You can see that some sort of underground brook or river is coming out of the stone into a beautiful little plunge pool. And
Simon, do you want to swap us over on Roll20 to that scene?
yeah, sure.
Please.
I will swap you over. The stream can't see it yet, but they will in a minute.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, there's this lovely little plunge pool, and next to it is some rocks. Actually, I may as well transition over for the viewers as well. There's a lovely little plunge pool. There's rocks to either side, and you can see that there is some form of stone masonry. You can see some steps, and you can see a bridge. The scene is really, really quite lovely. And as I say, the people who can see it are Glory, because she already knows it's an illusion, so she automatically passes. Eclipse and Cora. Farewell and Aiden.
It's always me and I.
At the moment, the rocks are looking blurry. You get a sense of vertigo. Occasionally, you can see like an outline of something else, which is kind of suggesting to you that it should be something else. But you're just struggling. You're struggling a lot to get a sense of what this is. And even as you're flying over, both Farewell and Aiden, you have what is effectively the poisoned condition for now, because you can't tell what's real and what's not, and it's giving you disadvantage just like the poison condition would.
You sure you're not flying us into our imminent death? Is that correct? Is that right, Eclipse?
I feel really uneasy about this, and I would very much like it if we turned around and went backwards, because this is
There's a nice waterfall here.
No,
It's a waterfall, Farewell. Can you not see it?
Fuck, we're talking about what fucking waterfall?
It's an illusion, darling. Yeah. It's a really good one too.
Question: Does anything change for us as soon as Glory says it's an illusion?
When Glory says it's an illusion, both you and Farewell get to reroll.
Okay.
No disadvantage for this.
It's open.
Motherfucker!
Was it a natural one this time?
No, it's a 7.
And it's an 18 for me.
Okay, so Farewell, as this gets explained to you, you focus and suddenly it all shifts. You get a moment of sickness as the new reality asserts itself, and you can now see the plunge pool that everybody else can see. Aiden, this is the nastiest fucking vertigo you've ever had. You're now gripping onto the carpet as she's telling you that it's just an illusion, but you have... It's not beyond your belief that Glory could be fucking with you. And as a result, you cannot in your hindbrain completely convince yourself that the reality that she's telling you is real.
Honestly, can you see it now? I didn't. Can you see the water?
Oh, I see scary fucking rocks, alright.
You still seeing the illusion, darling.
You need to snap out. You know, focus.
You guys fucking owe me for this.
Just a little. For once, they're not messing with you. This is magic, and magic is playing. Oh god, I still feel sick. It's playing tricks with us. Just trust that, at least in this instance, there is a waterfall and a plunge pool here.
If I get a 30 roll and it fails, I will leave the stream.
You gonna rage quit D&D?
I will fucking rage quit.
Well, I don't know what this is going to do then, because you don't get a reroll. You've already been told it's an illusion, and your brain is refusing to recalibrate itself. So the only thing that you guys can think of now is to literally fly him down to the real landscape, which will effectively be through a rock.
Throw water on his face.
Yes.
Aiden, sweetie, close your eyes for a moment. Down now.
So I will fly a little bit closer to the ground. So still like above where it is, but like where the rocks would have been in the previous illusion, I'll just fly a bit across those to traumatize Aiden.
Yeah.
No problem. You fly down, and what seems to be well, where would you like? You can see the map ahead of you. Where would you like to set down?
Here.
Probably like where Felicia was paying, like here.
Yeah, somewhere.
Sure. Well, I'll split the difference. Here we go. So let's just select you and carpet. There we go. Look at that.
Are
Lovely.
we seeing? Is there anything else to see? Any other people or creatures?
Yeah, did we
or...
see anything else?
There seems to be no people here at the moment. So you get down to the ground, and the carpet settles perfectly down on the ground. It's a giant carpet just in the middle of nature, and
Yeah. Ominous.
You look like the classiest picnickers ever, by the way. And Aiden now gets to feel the solid ground. He's actually flown through a rock. He currently feels like he's in a rock. Now Aiden can have another try with
feel like I'm
advantage
gonna
this
throw up.
time.
Advantage.
Again, if I fail this roll, I'm going to rage quit.
We wait.
See it. Rodrigo's just walked out of the chat. I'm sure he'll be back in a sec.
He's the most passionate he gets about anything.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we'll watch the stream, so who knows?
Simon, water look like? The waterfall, is it like crystal clear? Is it?
Yeah, I mean this is spring water, dude. So you can see now that you're here, and I'll keep going until Rodrigo comes back.
Yes.
The water looks beautiful. It's coming out of the rock into this pool. It's beautifully clear, so you have a feeling it's spring water. Yeah, this is probably a really good place to fill water flasks and things like that. I mean, this is filtered. It smells beautiful. There's no kind of pond smell or sea smell. And if you run your hand through it, Farewell, you're like, this is good stuff. This is good, clean water. And you can see that as it goes further down, beyond the little kind of mini waterfall that's just by the bridge, it becomes more brackish as it starts to mix with the salt water and the silt. But in this pool, it's actually really, really clean.
Where is the waterfall coming from? I'm trying to picture what we were flying over and stuff. Were we flying over a coastline and then it looked like just a cliff? But
Yeah,
now it's actually...
Do you remember I said it was an undulating coastline? It was going up and down, and when it was up, it was like little mini cliffs or scree slopes or whatever. And
Is that a 3 or a 17?
That is a 3.
Okay. So one of the challenges of this, if you got a 3, you got a 3 on.
Me too.
I got a 2 and a 3 on advantage, and I want to kill myself.
Okay. Well, in that case, this challenge has managed to snare one member of the party at least.
There's fun in failure.
So you can see
Not
that
for me.
poor Aiden is kind of looking around, and all he can see is darkness because he's inside a rock right now. But yeah, so the thing that you may have missed, Rodrigo, is Farewell has looked at the water. The water is perfectly clear in the pool. Beautiful spring water coming out the side of a cliff. Now, the cliff was extended by the illusion to look like this giant scree slope with horrible jagged rocks coming out of it. A lot of the rocks unstable. And I've described that as the water goes from this beautiful clear pool off a kind of mini weir, I guess you'd call it, and into the sea water that's coming up from the silt. It's turning more brackish and less clear, but it's this beautiful clear water that's going into seawater. And you can see that as the two are mixing, there's a lot of plant life, but in the pool itself, there's very little in terms of plant life. There's a small amount, but nowhere near as much as the brackish water, where there's a lot of seaweed and silt, and you can see fish feeding there. This pool just seems to be completely clear. There is a set of steps, as you can see, and a bridge, and then from the bridge, as it goes to the left, there is a path around that seems to go behind the waterfall.
Bear with me 1 moment. I'm going to take one of my empty water scoop, and whilst I'm filling it up, I'm just going to dunk my head straight in the water.
Sure. Okay. As you dunk your head in the water, let's take a look.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm making constitution saving. It's not water, it's acid!
Yeah, we do remember we lost our memories around here.
Yeah, farewell, you can't remember who you are. No, congratulations, you've solved the mission. No, it's lovely water. Just out of curiosity, just do a perception check. You
By the
stick your
way,
head
I'm throwing
underwater,
up
this
in
is
the
not
corner.
an automatic thing.
I guess.
Yeah, that seems to be in character. Yeah. You're inside a rock, people telling you it's not real, but you're certain it's real.
I'm throwing up in
Yeah,
the corner,
throwing up.
and I'm having the time of my life.
Arden, are you right there? Can you see?
Fuck you!
Can you see the waterfall?
I'm throwing up.
Yeah,
I'm
he
like
can't
the combination
see
of the combination of cognitive dissonance plus just pitch darkness. It's not good for your head.
Yeah.
No,
And,
no.
If anybody's seen any
Hey.
documentaries where it's been pitch black and someone's looking through the pitch black and they've got their eyes super wide open, this strange gimlet stare, that's what Aiden's got right now. Even though it's beautifully bright around here, you know, the kind of September sun, that kind of bright near winter sun is beating down on you right now. Aiden's eyes are wide open and his pupils are wide open as well, as if he's
Glory.
in pure darkness. I asked Farewell for a perception check and then I'll go to you.
Yes, sorry. I have a thought.
That's okay.
25.
25. Yeah, you can see that there's some disturbance at the bottom of the lake. Seems to be some sort of wildlife that is in the lake, but you can't see what it is.
Once I can see that my flask is nice and full, I'll just pull my head back out. My ears will wiggle, and I'll be like, "You've really got to try this. This is so nice. It's like the freshest water I've had in years."
Why is it
Oh,
hidden, though?
Farewell, do you want to try dunking? Because I think Aiden is still in the illusion. Do you
Oh
want
yeah,
to try?
because that's gonna help.
Wait, Glory, you were looking through your eye thing. Can you use that on Aiden? Can he look through it?
No, it wouldn't work on him.
Damn.
Would it
Okay.
not, Simon?
It definitely
No.
does not work on him. It specifies in the item that it only works for Glory.
Okay.
It is a very testicle item.
Well, it's worth a shot.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's see, maybe, yeah, Farewell, do you want to try putting him in the water, maybe? That seemed to work for you.
Leave.
I don't think he needs. Hello?
Leave.
Who? Hi? Hello?
It's
Which
probably
language?
to introduce yourself.
Everybody hears that in their own language, and
Ooh.
they don't hear it through their ears. It just appears in their head,
Ah,
Great.
and you can hear that there's at least 3 people saying it. Not
Don't.
authorized. Leave.
I turn invisible.
Sure.
My name
Put
is.
down as invisible.
My name is Farewell. I'm a servant of the Raven Queen. I'm just looking for what happened to my memory. I don't mean you any harm.
No
I just
farewell.
want to talk.
No Raven Queen. Leave.
well,
Who
that
are
was
you?
rude.
Who are
Leave
you?
or die.
We're not fucking leaving until we get some goddamn answers. So either show yourself or go fuck yourself.
I did think that too.
Shut the fuck up, Eclipse. I want some answers. I can't see anything. Who the fuck is talking?
How are you going to fight anybody if you can't see?
You see
We
us
can't
then.
see them either.
Yes. And you can see as a bunch of creatures start coming out of the water. And I will show you on here so that everybody can see what these creatures are.
I'm going to grab Item by the arm and help to guide him backward. Or, you know.
Ooh,
That's big.
that's a big boy.
So
I assume he's not actually that big.
No, this is obviously a picture to show people. So the creature that starts to come out of the pool has a grey-blue skin and carapace. The carapace seems to be spined in several places. They've got low sunken eyes, a large mouth that seems to be carnivorous in nature, overlapping teeth, looking quite vicious, and you can see that its low stretching arms have two natural spikes coming out of the ends of them, reminding you of the description that the Outriders gave you. And there are 3 of these coming out of the water at present. I would like, for those who would like to do so, you can do a history check or an arcana check to see if you recognize what these are. There are limitations on both.
Okay.
My arcana got 10, so I'm
let me go around
not
to
very
you all.
useful.
So, in order that I've got on here, farewell.
13.
On
History.
13 on history. Note, you have no reference as to what these creatures are. Eclipse?
13 on Arcana.
You have no reference as to what these creatures are. Glory?
Yeah.
10 on Arcana.
You have no reference as to what these creatures are. Aiden, you don't get a roll, because at the moment you're in a roll.
Yay!
Cora?
I have no idea what these creatures are.
Okay, so at least you're consistent. These are large creatures, and they are stepping out of the pool. Even though the pool, between the rock and the pool is about 5 foot, they have no problem with kind of getting up to there and just climbing up this rock towards you. And as they crest the rock, I would like everybody to roll initiative. Don't worry, Aiden, you will be getting a roll now to see whether or not you can, out of your adrenaline, because you can hear that there's things coming to attack you. You
Cozy.
can do a roll now and at the end of each turn to regain your sight. So can you roll now, Aiden, with advantage?
Yeah,
because
I'm ready.
you are very convinced that this is not that this rock isn't real now. You're just trying to get your head around it. Roll with advantage. Your saving throw.
Wait, so I roll initiative or a saving throw?
Well, you're going to need to do both. So do your charisma saving throw with advantage and then roll initiative.
Okay. Alright, finally something good. That's going to be 17 on my saving. And that's, let's see. Initiative with advantage or regular initiative?
Just regular initiative.
Okay.
Get the initiative with advantage.
In certain
Sometimes.
circumstances.
9.
Okay.
Well, at least you can see now.
Yeah.
I assume a 17 does it, Simon.
Yes, you can now see that there's a waterfall, a beautiful pool, a kind of trench where the water from the pool is coming out and going and mixing up with the seawater. You can see the little bridge. You can see the whole lot. Everything that's on that picture there, you can see, Aiden. So just in the nick of time. Otherwise, you would have been fighting these things whilst also believing that you're inside a rock.
Oh, that's
Yay.
nice.
That would have been oh so gloriously funny, but
Not for me.
So frustrating.
Apologies, I'm just waiting for my phone to boot back up because it's being a dick. And then I will insert you all into the running order.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue what these things are. They're
Good.
big.
Oh yeah, can I get an Arcana roll or something along those lines?
Yes,
now
actually,
that I can
let's
see
do that
them.
whilst this is loading up. So, Arcana or History? Arcana is the preferred one. History, there's only a limited amount that I can tell you.
All right, no Hunter's Bane shenanigans, just a regular Arcana.
Just a regular roll.
Okay,
You can do
that's
it.
a 10.
That's a 10.
You don't know.
No, in all fairness, these are quite rare creatures, so
Okay.
I would have been surprised if any of you did find out. But there's always the potential for 20s and things, so it's always worth trying. So,
Besides, it's fun when we don't know things too.
in order, can I have your initiative? Eclipse.
21.
21. Glory.
13.
Cora.
I'm also 21.
Okay. Aiden.
I think it was 11.
And finally, Farewell.
24. Sorry, 21 as well. Actually, I'm running +2, so I rolled a natural 19, so yeah, 21.
Okay, I mean, because of the strange surroundings and sudden heightened adrenaline with these strange bestial voices in your head, you seem to be working quite fast to hopefully get yourself there and keep yourself alive. Farewell, Cora, and Eclipse, you can decide who goes first out of you three, but it's you three first, then the beasts themselves, and then Glory, then Aiden.
Do you mind if I go first, as it's probably going to benefit everybody?
Yes, sure, go
Go for it.
first.
Cool. Okay, so with my bonus action, I will summon my knife to my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm feeling like a Hexblade Warlock from all this campaign goes on.
Yeah.
And for my action, we'll cast Bless on Eclipse, Glory, and... Because
I'm invisible, remember?
Yes, that's why I can't cast it on you.
Ah, yeah, that's
Because I
fine.
can't see you.
Yeah.
And I have to see you to cast it, so I can only cast it on 3 people, so I cast it on the 3 people I can see.
That's fine.
So you all have, you can add a d4 to your attack roll and your saving throws.
We are #blessed.
So you are #blessed, and he'll save you all the embarrassment of dabbing. And that is my...
Yep. That is your turn.
Wait, that was your bonus action. Are you holding your action then?
No, my bonus action was to summon summon my Veilbreaker. It cost me a bonus action, and of course he doesn't carry it. My action was to cast Bless.
Then I'm with you.
Okay, so between Cora and Eclipse, who would like to go first?
You can go.
Okay. There's no one engaged with them, which makes it slightly annoying for me. But, okay, so I will use my bonus action to hide in these bushes here.
Okay.
Is that right, Simon?
Yep. Do me a roll.
That's a natural 19 plus
I'm lost because you're a rogue.
Yeah, so I think it's plus 11 at the moment. Let me double check. Yeah, so that is a 30.
You are hit. It does not have a passive or active perception that would be able to beat that. I will check for a nat 20 now, but I don't think it's going to get it. No nat 20 here, so I think you're good.
Yes.
You rolled a 13.
Cool. And then I will use my lash knife to take the one that's closest. Actually, it will be right here. And
So the one to the north or the one to the west?
Oh yeah, this one there. Yeah, I didn't see him. So I say this guy.
Sure. Okay, go for
Yeah.
it.
So that is with advantage because I want that sweet sneak attack. With a natural 18 plus 9.
Yep,
I
you
think I
hit.
Yeah. So that is lots of damage. Also, I'm going to use a proficiency point to try to trip him because he's not carrying any weapons, is he?
No, he's not carrying any weapons. His weapons seem to be attached to his arms, and so yeah, tripping him up seems to be a good idea.
Yeah. I'm just going to do this. That's what I need. That's a pretty good roll. So yeah. 3D. So first of all, 22 points of magical damage. If it's piercing or slashing, I don't know. It's magical.
So you managed to hit a part of him that isn't covered with this carapace, and you score a nasty slash, not quite at his neck, but kind of around the neck shoulder areas. And you've damaged him, and you whip it around to try to trip him up, and he rolls a 5, so he is prone.
Yes, nice. He's
Good job.
prone, and I will back away to over here because I do not want to be attacked.
Sure.
Fair.
Okay. So you're no longer hidden because you attacked, and
Yes,
next up is
of course.
Cora.
Cora is going to call out to everyone and go, hey, shouldn't we just leave or fly up higher on the carpet? What are we doing? What are we fighting these things for? And
Well, you're the one who wanted your memories back.
From these beasts? They're not the ones who took our memories. Come on.
Are you sure?
Well, okay, fine. Do you think these guys talk to us? I'm going to just jump up on the carpet again.
Mm-hmm.
I from that conversation, I'm pretty sure that Ida now can see stuff, so I'm not worried about grabbing him by the arm.
Yeah.
And I am just gonna wait, hold an Eldritch Blast first if one comes too close, but I'm not attacking them.
Sure. Okay, so you hold an Eldritch Blast, and that is your 3 turns done. You can hear in the back of your head these creatures say with a kind of a soulless voice, "Kill order confirmed," and they start to walk towards you. So
They seem friendly.
this one here is going to go up
Got
to
an order
Aiden
from somebody.
and perform an attack.
I'm
This
gonna
one-
use my reaction to use blood curse of the eyeless.
Sure.
I'm gonna amplify it. So give me a second. No, it's a D6. Give me a second. Where the okay, I'm gonna use this one.
I love the fact that our tank is hurting himself for abilities.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
That is-
you are.
That's
you
because
are
I'm not
seriously- Oh, the guy who's prone, by the way, Simon, did he get all that way?
Yes, he got all that way, but he doesn't get an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let me see.
he basically
I am
dashed.
very dangerously in a way.
Corinne, can we have a perception check from you, please?
Sure.
Okay, I take 2 points of damage, and whoever's gonna attack me gets disadvantage on this attack and its next attack because he can't see.
Sure. I've given him the drippy eye token, so he gets disadvantage.
Cool.
So for because I rolled below my passive, we go with my passive.
Yep, go with your passive.
Yeah, so 13.
You can see, because you're the only person who saw the lash that you did, because everybody else was busy doing their own thing, you can see that the cut that you made on the one that had to get up from prone and walk over, and what you've effectively done is nerfed his attack this round. He's healing up. He's regenerating.
Acid, fire.
Oh God, yes.
So the first one, the one who had the Curse of the Eyeless, is going to attack, use his multi-attack on Aiden. And so he's going to try to bite and then slash with those 2 claws, but he gets them all with disadvantage. So the first one, you avoided the natural 20, Aiden, and instead just got the... no word of lie, I rolled a 20 and a 19. It was disgusting.
Well, the first one still hits. The 19 still hits, I mean.
Yeah, so, because it's a total of 27. And take 10 points of piercing damage, non-magical. The next attack is a 23 to hit.
Sure.
And another 10 points of damage. And oh, hang on, no, sorry, I tell a lie. That wasn't 23. That was 17. Does that hit?
That's my armor class, so yes.
Yeah. Okay. So another 10, and then the third one is a 21 to hit and does you 12 points of damage.
Okay.
And that was with disadvantage.
Sure.
The second one comes up to Farewell, and again he's going to do this triple attack. So
I'm blasting him with my held Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it. Do your rolls.
Yeah, he got too close.
Oh, bollocks. I don't think that first one's probably going to hit.
How much is it?
16.
16 hits.
Yeah. And then the other one's a higher roll, so both of them would hit, because one that was a 7. 9.
9 damage for both, yeah?
Yeah, that's them combined.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't add anything. No, that's good.
As the 2 bolts of force slam into this creature, you do see that some of the armor cracks. This armor is kind of like crab armor. It's a type of carapace. And you have a feeling that your force damage is quite potent against it. You don't think they're taking extra damage, but neither are they resisting it as well as they could do. And yeah, they take 9 points of damage. But you can see a clear liquid oozing amongst the cracks of the carapace, and it looks to be quite a sticky fluid. You have a feeling that this is how it repairs its armor, and you can see a lot of the armor has these lines, these stress lines, where clearly it's reformed its shell before. So that was your interrupt, and so that's gone off. And so now there's 3 attacks against Farewell. So the first is a bite attack as these giant jaws come down. I assume a 26 hits.
Yeah.
Okay. And
by a little.
They take 15 points of bitey damage. Then the second attack is for 12, which I assume misses.
Yes, 19 is my AC.
Yep, and the third is 10, which also misses. So after you get bitten by the bite, you quickly pull up your shield, and these 2 claws just go wham, wham against your shield. The third one has taken all of its time to get up and run in to melee range with Glory. So
oh fuck!
You currently have 2 in melee range with you, Glory.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Did you want to get out there?
That is their turn. Glory, it is now your turn.
Why, thank you. I'm going to assume, because they're so large, when you check the range, technically all of us are within 5 feet of them.
Actually, yeah. For the middle one, you are all in within 5 foot.
Well, does that spell then not?
And Cora is now visible.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was just trying to check my invisibility. It's greater invisibility, and it doesn't seem to say anything.
You're greater. No, you're still invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still invisible. Greater invisibility keeps going.
Yeah.
No, not
If you put a thing here, as if you put a acid ball, I think around.
So the only thing is, does she have the sorcery points to save spell?
Well, the thing is, if she puts it where I'm putting it now, she will only hit the big guys and not hit any of us.
And the carpet and kind of us. So.
Well,
Carpet is a magical item, which means it's resistant to most damage.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Normally,
if
to
she
kill a
puts
magical carpet, you have to immerse it in acid for some time, or you have to put it in lava.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah, why not? We could use Karin's idea, send an acid ball behind them that hits all three in the back.
Sure.
And not you guys.
Yeah, avoid us.
It was just a suggestion. If you feel like you should
It does sound like a good idea, because then I hit all three of them.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to be to shape. Oh no, yeah. Let's do this right way.
That's a little small. Oh.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
if you put it, so because it's
I don't
20
intend
foot
for it
radius.
to be for this to be
Here-ish.
perfect. But yeah, it's going to hit most of them. Don't worry that this crosses over on you. Basically, there's an acid ball going off. Yeah. Okay. So
It's a 20 foot radius, by the way, Simon. So it's like double. So it definitely can hit all of them.
So let's do some dexterity saving throws, shall we? Constitution saving throws.
Yeah.
So let's
Which is
get
probably
this.
worse.
Cool. Okay. Right. I know what to add to it. Let's go for the first one. Gets a 24. The second one gets a 23, and the third one gets an 18.
Yeah, that's a very big.
I assume they all pass.
Yep.
Go for it. Roll your damage.
Yep. Let me just. I need more d6s. The eternal problem of a sorcerer. He always needing more d6s.
Thanks very much for the host, guys. And you're coming in at about the right time. We've had to kill all of our video feeds because the internet is screwed with us at the moment. But thankfully, we've all got good sound now. And prizes for those who know what our party are currently going up against.
Fucking Terminators.
Wait,
Look like
I'm calculating. 33 divided by 2 if they pass.
Yeah, and I think they all passed, didn't they?
Yes, so either 50... No, wait, did 30...
16 points of damage each.
Yes.
Okay.
Ish.
So...
It's not bad considering it hit all 3 of them.
It's also probably gonna be. Yeah. Do other
And
things.
then I will use a quickened spell.
Okay, before that, Glory, you look with a certain amount of disgust and despair as you look at these 3 creatures, and they don't look like they're taking the 16 points. They've taken some damage, but it doesn't look like 16 points of damage.
I think I got an idea.
Oh wait, that was acid. I forget to add my charisma modifier. So that was 20. No, 33 plus 5. That is 38. So divided by 2, that is 19 points
Sure.
they were supposed to take
Sure.
each.
They don't appear to have taken that much either. I've just added the extra damage that they did take. Acid doesn't look like it's the best option here.
I disapprove of this. Either way, I will use 2 sorcery points to cast a quickened blink.
Sure. Okay. You are now blinking, and I believe end of your turn, is it, for the...
Yeah, end of the turn, for the duration spell, which is 1 minute, I rolled a d20, and on a roll of 11 or higher, I vanish from our current plane of existence and appear in the ethereal plane.
Yeah. Okay. So roll that now, please.
Yes, that is a 14, so I am now
You are now
not
gone.
here.
I'm going to give you a little pink blob to say that you're in the ethereal realm. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Yes, you disappear off to the ethereal realm, and the only one left now is Aiden. Even though this creature can't see you very well, it's so large, it just kind of sends this giant maw down at you, tearing at you, and then 2 large sweeping strikes with these long chitinous horn-like claws that protrude from these arm shields. And it's not looking good. What are you going to do?
First thing, I'm going to use my Rite of the Dawn. I already took the damage.
Sure.
And I'm gonna fucking jam my saber into this thing's eye.
Go for it. Roll to attack.
So, no advantage?
No.
Just asking, okay.
Is it not blinded, Simon? I think that's what I asked.
I don't think that the Curse of the Eyeless does that.
No, it does. It just gives them disadvantage on
Oh,
attacks.
okay. I thought he blinded them.
Yeah, it doesn't make them keyword.
No, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That is a 15, I think.
Hits it on the nose. You just about as you push your saber into the skin, it skitters off some armor and then lands into a gap between the 2 plates where you find a nice squishy bit, and you'll be able to drive that little bit further. So go for the kill. Well,
all right.
damage.
That would be. Okay, that would be. Let's see. That will be 6 points of slashing damage, plus 2 points radiant.
Sure. Where you saw that the acid didn't do very well here, you don't seem to see any reduction in the damage that was done to this. It looks like whatever you're doing seems to be effective to a certain degree.
All right.
I believe you have more than one attack.
Oh yeah, I have multi-attack. I forgot about that.
Yeah, go for it.
Can you tell that I'm not used to playing classes like this? So that's going to be. Well, that should have been higher, but then my die got knocked into something else. So that was going to be 11 to hit.
No, this time the saber skitters over the armor, and just as you think you're about to get it in between 2 of these nasty chitinous plates, it twists, and as it twists, you're just finding more plate, and it just goes ding over the chest plate.
All right, well that's my turn.
Okay, so going back to the top, Farewell, Core, and Eclipse in any order that you choose.
Quick
I
question
would
for you,
like to
Simon.
shout at least something.
Oh, Simon! Aiden, did you remember your D4 for your bless?
Yeah, I forgot
For your
about that. Can I
attacks?
use it for my attack?
Yeah, so the first one would have hit anyway, but if you roll a 4 on a d4, that second attack hits.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 3, so it doesn't.
Oh well, there's 1 in 4 chance. So in that case, we are back around to Farewell, Cora, and Eclipse.
I would like to shout to Eclipse. I don't know if I can see her anymore if she's hiding, but I'm gonna just shout, "Get on the damn carpet!" And if the carpet isn't flying anymore because Eclipse jumped off and she was the flyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So I'm gonna shout pride and let it lift into the air.
but there's things on it.
Are they on it?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they holding it down, pinned?
Yes.
So
Will it still float though?
hang on. Well, let's see how this goes, shall we? So currently you have 2 of these large creatures. I nearly said the name of them. You have 2 of these large creatures who have stepped onto the carpet because it's just another covering for them. You suddenly cry out pride, and at this point, Simon needs to look up the creature and
Have it be like a banana skin and they just like whoop bum onto their bums.
It suddenly turns into an episode of Benny Hill.
Yeah, I think they need to do a roll. So let's see what we've got here. Let's do some seat your pants DMing here, shall we? 1, and 2. Okay. Okay, now this is going to be quite amusing. So, this is what happens. This one here, God, I nearly said the name again. I'm being a noob. This creature here
Please say its name.
falls backwards off the carpet and goes prone as the carpet's pulled from beneath it. And then the carpet lifts up into the air. However, this creature here, I'll mark it with a purple blob. No, he's kind of purpley already. Orange blob. The creature with the orange blob is on the carpet with you. Right? He got a 20. He got a 24 on his acrobatics check and leapt onto the carpet with you and is holding his own and kind of pushed you a bit across the carpet. I'm going to leave everything where it is. How high are you willing this thing to go, Cora?
I'm assuming not too high because I'm still on the ground.
Yeah, because it's all of us except Eclipse currently on the carpet, right?
Well, not quite.
No, I mean the ethereal.
Yeah.
Well, no,
It's
okay, no,
not
I realised
lifting-
that. Yes, you blinked out.
Yeah.
I think you can choose to come back somewhere within 10 feet, and I don't think that 10 feet needs to be on the ground specifically.
Sure. I mean, we're probably gonna have to dive down again, but I've just seen at least 2 or 3 of you just get absolutely pummeled by these guys, and there's 3 of them.
Simon.
So Cora wants the fuck out of here, even if it's just 30 feet in the air, out of their reach.
Simon.
So I'm kind of like, yeah, I just want it hovering for now, so that Eclipse can get back on. Maybe have Glory appear as well, but like I want us 40 feet in the air, eventually, as soon as possible.
We're getting to the end of the stream, so this is going to kind of be a little vital. And this is going to be vital for a number of reasons. Cora,
Can we push it a little bit as we started a little bit late? Sort of another 10 or 15 so minutes?
Is everybody
I'm fine with that.
okay with an extra 10 minutes? I mean, it's Friday night for me, so I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, that works.
Fine with me.
Okay, if there's no objections, we'll go on just a little bit longer. But it's still vital at this point, Cora. How high on your turn do you will the carpet to be?
Well,
Trust yourself, Kate. Pick a number. We trust you. Just pick a number. You do it.
well, at the moment,
I'll give you something
Yeah.
to help you. That's only fair. These creatures are about 12 foot tall.
sure. But I'm waiting for because we had the same initiative. I kind of just wanted to
Go
shout
up 40
something
feet
rather than
into a
actually
barrel.
Do you want me to? Okay. Do you want
I
me
kind
to
of want to
go
hold the
first?
action of flying anywhere until.
There
Do
we go.
you want me to go first in initiative? Because we have the same initiative.
That's what I mean. Like I wanted to make sure she knew my intention, and then I could. Yeah. But
Okay. So
unless I can
You can
hold, I
absolutely
know
do
that I
that.
can't hold a movement, but I don't know if moving a carpet is classed as an action or a movement.
So basically, the way that it works is that obviously all this is going off at the same time. Even though you take turns, people in combat don't wait for each person to have a turn. It all happens concurrently. Yeah, it's just who gets the edge over other people. So if your action, Kate, is to start it rising, but at a rate where it's only a few feet off the ground when you are shouting, and you did shout in all fairness for Eclipse to move her arse, you can absolutely do that. And so what will happen is that Eclipse moves onto the carpet, and as she does so, you pull it up the rest of the way up to the, what did we say, 40 foot?
Well, you said they were about 12 feet, but I'm assuming their arms are another whatever. So,
Clever girl.
well done. Probably at least
People get
30
that
feet,
wrong.
whatever I think is out of their reach.
You think that they're including their ability to jump and raise their arms, you think that even 20 foot is not going to be enough? You're thinking 25 foot at least is a safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, what's the carpet? What can the carpet do?
40.
Oh, 40.
40, yeah.
But I don't know where Glory's gone and how much, whether she can jump and stuff. I think she probably can.
She's got. Remember, she's got Mr. Steps.
I know,
so
we're literally talking about it.
Yeah.
And we've never. So yeah, I don't know if Cora knows that, but I'm gonna sort of take us up. 25, 30 foot off the ground. 30 foot off the ground.
30 foot. Okay.
Yeah.
So the carpet shoots up, containing all four of you and this giant creature.
Grab hold!
What? So it's my turn now, Simon, because I was wondering if I could trip him off the thing. Essentially,
You can certainly try. The way that this would work is that if you trip him prone, he will get an ability check that he will have to do to stay on the carpet.
Okay. Well, I will start with doing an attack roll then, because I assume you're done, Kate, or did you want to do? Do you have any other thing you can do?
I'm kind of assuming that all of that is probably going to take my action. But that's a call for Simon. But
that was your action.
Jumping on, lifting it up. I feel like that's probably all I can really do.
Yeah, that was kind of your entire turn, was to reclaim the carpet. That was a bonus action, and then the action was to move the carpet. So
yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm going to say that was.
That's fine. That's what I would want to do. Yeah.
Oh, actually, hang on. You didn't move, did you? No. To be fair, it was bonus action to engage the carpet, and then it took your move action to move the carpet, not your action. So Kate has an action, and then we have Corinne's action. She's got a move that she's done.
I will blast this guy in the face with 2 Eldritch Blasts and see if I can knock him off as well.
Okay. Ordinarily, if you were using a ranged attack in melee, you would have to be doing so with disadvantage, but he can't see you. So he doesn't know to interrupt your casting, so you can do those as regular attacks.
Okay.
Well, technically you would have advantage anyway, so it kind of
cancels.
Yeah.
Cancels.
Okay. So, right, does that 6 work? 6 plus. But that's a spell attack plus 9. I'm so confused. Oh yeah, plus 9. So 15 for one, and the other one would be higher than 15.
Sure, both hit. Roll for damage.
Cool. Well, that's not too bad. 13.
13 points of damage. Again, it slams into this thing, and it seems to be the right thing to do, because you can watch as more cracks appear in this thing's armor. Force damage seems to be working a-okay.
He's not thrown off, I assume?
No, because Cora doesn't have the Eldritch Invocation, which pushes people with the Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've got something that pushes.
Check your Eldritch thingies.
I'm gonna just check, but I don't think I do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've got, what is it, Mask of Many Faces and...
I've got the one that can blast from a distance quite well.
Yeah,
I think you should have a few more by now. You should at least have 3 or 4.
You should have 2 Eldritch Invocations that modify your Eldritch Blast, maybe.
I've got Eldritch Spear, and I've got Mask of Many Faces. I've got Gift of the Living Ones, and I've got Sculpture of Flesh, which is that polymorph.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't have it. Yeah. Okay. So yes, you do not knock him back. And next up is Eclipse's attack.
Yes, so to hit it was a Phantom plus 9, so 24.
Yep, hits.
Yeah. I get sneak attack because there's lots of people around. To distract him. It's not great, but that's not the important part. So 3, 4, 10 plus 3, 13 plus 5. 27 points of magical piercing / slashing damage. And then I'll use a proficiency point to try to trip him off the thing.
Sure. So between the force damage that Cora has dealt this creature, and now you can see that some of its shell is compromised, you pull the lash knife around and just go for that area, and it does do quite a nasty amount of damage. The creature needs to do a saving throw first against your trip.
Yeah, that's it.
It fails, so it is now prone, which could be useful for other attacks. And then I'll give a secondary effect that as it falls down, it needs to keep itself on the carpet. And natural 20, it stays on the carpet, but it is prone. So now it is lying down on the carpet, but it is still on the carpet.
Okay, I guess there's no way I can hide here.
No, you cannot hide. You are exposed on a carpet. You cannot even make the roll.
You're high up on the carpet. Yeah.
Yes.
Farewell.
So, Farewell, do you want to do the shove action and shove him off?
He is prone.
Would you like to do my turn for me? Can I do so?
That's a good suggestion.
What are you doing, dude?
Question for you. The actions on my are they bonus or actual actions to do them? Because it doesn't actually say.
The action on your knife, yeah?
Yeah, so things like Dark Belonging, Spatial Rift and Wraith Cloak.
Okay, let's take a look. So...
See the blur spell.
Let's move the items to the top. And... go down to... Veilbreaker. I'll update these. So, Dark Belonging is just a standard effect, so bonus action, it says there. Beacon of Ending is just a reaction effect.
Passive.
So it's passive as well. Spatial Rift is a bonus action, so it does say on there. You can slash through the air, causing a portal that you and one ally of your choice can go through, and it has to be an ally. Wraith Cloak, a thick black spectral smoke blurs Farewell's form as per the blur spell, so it takes the same action or whatever.
Blur is one action.
So yeah,
Cool.
So blur will be an action, and it will use 3 charges on your knife, and then Fate Rend is your finesse point ability, and that is a reaction. So that's what it is. So Wraith Cloak was the only one that was in question, and that one takes an action.
Fantastic. Okay, so as bonus action, I'll use Healing Word on Iden,
Sure.
so he can get some health points back. So let's find my D4, because I'm only going to do it at first level, because I want to save some spell points. Hits. Oh, and that's 9 points, Iden. You heal a lot.
Sorry, how much?
9.
Points of healing.
Okay, give me a second.
Goody, goody.
Whilst it wasn't what I had planned, I will take the shove action to see if I can push this great big thing off.
Sure. Yep. So do me a strength-based attack with proficiency.
Woo! Well, if I know what my strength is now.
Finally using your strength.
Don't forget, you have that really cool sword that we stole from the Rinius.
Yeah, it's also in my bag of holding.
Oh, yeah.
You put something sharp in a bag of holding?
Yes, it works.
Yeah, it's a pocket dimension.
I guess.
That's 23.
23. So let's take a look. Creature
Shove
size. And I just want to check one detail on my notes. So just doing that now. Okay, sorry, that was an athletics check. So are you proficient in athletics?
No, so it'll be a...
Nay?
You cut out.
Yeah.
it'll just be a 20.
Okay, 20.
Just.
So they need to get
just
more
try.
than a 20 on their roll, so I will just roll that now. Ooh, I wonder who wins in a draw.
Ooh.
DFD.
Unfortunately, they win in the draw because it says if you win the contest, you either knock the target prone or push it 5 feet away from you. Oh!
Yeah,
However,
if you
he's
win.
prone, so roll with
Yes.
advantage.
Okay.
It is still an attack.
My first roll was better because I just rolled a 7, so that's only a 10.
Yeah, in that case, you don't win the contest. Unfortunately, it is a draw, so you don't manage to shove him off the carpet. So
Well,
that's everybody's turn before them. The
Yep.
two on the floor are looking up at you, and Glory, you can see from the ethereal realm as the acid that you have dealt them seems to be healing up. You can see this kind of strange ichor coming out of their pores, and slowly but surely they're healing. For the guys who are on
I
the
don't
carpet,
like
the
this.
creature that's on the carpet with you, as it's lying there, also the strange ichor with a smell of almost a solvent, like a glue. You can see it starting to harden between the cracks of the plate armor, the natural armor that you've been attacking. The one on the carpet is still hurt, still quite heavily damaged, but it is regenerating.
Hmm.
Let me just check. Yep. Okay. So that was the. Yep. So they now get to attack. There's only one that can attack, and that's the one that was on the carpet. That one was previously attacking Farewell.
And it's
I can't
prone?
see anything that would make it change its target. So I'm going to continue going for Farewell. You can see at this point that now that they've been damaged, there's this horrible smell in the air, not just of the kind of glue, but of something else that you can't quite get. So this one on the carpet is going to stand up from prone. Let's get rid of that icon. And it's going to do its 3 attacks against you.
Simon, I use my reaction to put another blood curse of the eyeless on it.
Sure,
And
it'll
amplify
be
it.
rolling with disadvantage.
Okay, and it's this attack and its next attack.
Sure. So it's basically its round of attacks. The way that I rule it is that when it takes the attack action, it does so with disadvantage. As the multi-attack is its attack action, all 3 of them are with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a go. So does a 17 hit you, Farewell?
No.
Okay, first one fails, and that's the bite. So the jaws come down and just bite and clamp onto your shield. And as it does so, it starts to try to use that to whip its arms around to flail against you. A 15 also doesn't hit, as you just manage to hunker down behind the shield, and this one arm comes over the top. It hits your chainmail, giving you a little bit of a shoulder bruise, but not enough to lose even a hit point. And then finally, oh, you lucky boy, that was a natural 20 into a 3. The third attack is an 11. He doesn't hit you. You would have got a large amount of damage for that. And give me a medicine check with disadvantage, please.
Okay, good.
And it's only because of your background, Farewell, that I'm even giving you a roll.
15.
15 is exactly what you needed to identify this. You can smell the unmistakable stench of disease.
Oh, lovely.
I think that is a perfect place to stop where we are. You're on a carpet, being assaulted by a giant, kind of aquatic type creature, and I have no idea how this is going to go, but getting on the carpet and not being attacked by 3 of them was probably a step in the right direction. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for Jero and Magaloth. Nice to see you guys again. I think everybody else is actually a bot. If not, say something or hold your peace. And we're going to try to address this problem with the... Oh, and Snipe. Hello, Snipe. Is he still there? I can't actually see him.
Yeah, Snipe's still
I've
there.
just been,
Yeah, okay.
I think he came in like right at the end, but
All right.
Yeah.
We will try to find a way to make this stream a little bit better. There's no point us having all the extra graphics and things like that if our sound sounds weird and our video is a bit jumpy. We've got some ideas that we were discussing during the break, and we will get back to you. But either way, we will continue. The story will continue in some form, and we'll make sure that we're able to deliver it to you in the best way possible. Good night. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.